Both Gollum and Bilbo are hobbits, so why did Gollum turn into a twisted creature after obtaining the ring while Bilbo remained largely unaffected, even benefiting from it with a lifespan far exceeding that of ordinary folk? The answer is actually quite simple. When Sauron forged the ring, he designed it to grant immense power to its wearer while simultaneously amplifying the darkest impulses lurking within their heart. Gollum couldn't resist the temptation. In his desperate greed to possess the ring, he murdered his own companion, unleashing the evil within him to its fullest extent. Terrified that someone might steal his precious, he fled to the caves beneath the misty mountains and hid there for centuries. Over time, the dark magic corrupted his soul and twisted him into a monster. Bilbo's story couldn't be more different. He grew up in the peaceful Shire, where hobbits lived simple lives as farmers, content and free from worldly ambitions. If Gandalf hadn't chosen him to join the dwarves' expedition, he probably would have never left home his entire life. When Bilbo stumbled upon the ring that Gollum had dropped, he had every opportunity to kill the creature blocking his path. Yet compassion won out over the ring's influence, and he spared Gollum's life. It was this act of mercy that allowed Bilbo to preserve his true nature and resist being consumed by the ring's overwhelming temptation. After completing his adventure with Gandalf and returning to the Shire, Bilbo never used the ring again. At most, he would occasionally take it out and look at it, reminiscing about that thrilling journey. Decades passed peacefully until Bilbo celebrated his 111th birthday. His old friend Gandalf traveled from far away to attend the party. After a few rounds of drinks, Bilbo planned to put on the ring in front of everyone, vanish, and then leave the Shire to embark on one final adventure, perhaps never to return. Goodbye. When Bilbo disappeared before the crowd, everyone gasped in shock. Only Gandalf furrowed his brow. He knew Bilbo possessed a magical ring, and now he finally understood its power, invisibility. But he also knew that any ring forged by Sauron would inevitably corrupt the mind of anyone who used it frequently. So Gandalf urged Bilbo to leave the ring behind. The moment the subject came up, however, Bilbo seemed to transform into a different person. He grew possessive and reluctant to let go, his words eerily reminiscent of Gollum's. Bilbo had clearly lost his grip on reason, proof that no one could truly escape the ring's influence. Left with no choice, Gandalf raised his voice with a thunderous spiritual force, snapping Bilbo out of his trance. Sensing the dark aura emanating from the ring, Gandalf once again urged Bilbo to let go of his attachment. Perhaps it was the innate resilience of hobbits, or perhaps the ring itself was seeking a new master as a way to return to Sauron. But either way, the bond between Bilbo and the ring was finally severed. Relieved of his burden, Bilbo set off on his journey alone. Gandalf stayed behind, studying the ring with a grave expression. The evil radiating from it was so intense that even he dared not touch it carelessly. As he sat by the fireplace contemplating his next move, Bilbo's nephew Frodo suddenly opened the door and bent down to pick up the ring. Seeing that Frodo showed no immediate reaction, Gandalf quickly grabbed an envelope, slipped the ring inside, and sealed it with wax. He asked Frodo to keep it safe while he rushed off to the library to research its origins. According to ancient records, after Isildur cut the ring from Sauron's finger, he noticed Elvish script inscribed on its surface. But as the ring cooled, the letters faded away. The only way to verify whether this was truly the One Ring was to cast it into fire. Gandalf hurried back to the Shire and found Frodo. He tossed the envelope into the flames, and sure enough, as the heat rose, the ring revealed its true form. This could only mean one thing. Sauron, though stripped of his physical body, would inevitably return, and Middle-earth would once again be shrouded in darkness. Meanwhile, Gollum had been captured by orcs while searching for the ring. Under brutal torture, he revealed that a hobbit from the Shire had taken it. Sauron immediately dispatched the 9 ringwraiths to hunt down the bearer. When Gandalf learned of this, he told Frodo to pack his things and wait for him at an inn in the neighboring village. Gandalf himself planned to travel to Isengard to seek the counsel of Saruman the White. But their conversation was overheard by Sam, the gardener, who had been outside the window. To prevent any information from leaking, Gandalf decided to send Sam along with Frodo. On their journey, Frodo and Sam not only caught a glimpse of the legendary elves but also ran into Pippin and Merry, 2 mischievous hobbits caught stealing vegetables. The fellowship was slowly beginning to take shape, but when they finally arrived at the inn, Gandalf was nowhere to be found. Instead, a mysterious ranger sat in the corner, watching them intently.